What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today we're going to be discussing the one thing a lot of people are having question with this week is the artifact selection chest of Autumn. So pretty much what I've kind of coined as the low tier pay-to-win artifact chest that we get this week. There's 4 options in it. I want to make sure everybody understands which ones are best for certain situations. There's really 2 of them that stand out more than the other 2. But you never know. The other ones might have some niche use down the road that we haven't really experienced between the new Sea Lands, Tower Dream Vortex. They might have use, but in reality, there's probably only a couple you can pick. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Make sure you guys take 1 second, hit that subscribe button. Let's jump right into it. Okay, so this is the chest we are talking about, the artifact selection chest of Autumn. It contains one of 4 different artifacts. You can pick from the Antlers Cane, the Kiss of Ghost, the Lucky Candy Bar, and the Wildfire Torch. So let's start with the ones that are kind of least used overall. Wildfire Torch is probably the worst pay-to-win artifact, to say the least. There's not many enemies that really do significant dot damage. This artifact came out back when Valkyrie was at her peak of dominance 2 years ago, almost 2.5 years ago at this point. It was really amazing at the time and solved a lot of problems when dealing with Valkyrie teams, but the upgraded version doesn't do that much for us anymore. If we come on over to our little guidebook, we can take a peek here. So essentially what this one will do is the Shielding Flame converts 80% of damage from active skills or basic attacks into a dot. One little note on this dot, it cannot be purified by the damage over time purify enable, so just remember that. Each time receiving damage by 20% of the converted damage, lasting for 4 rounds. So Daze basically takes big incoming damage and spreads it over 4 rounds, but again, you can't really purify it. If you could, this would be probably one of the best artifacts in the game, but because you can't purify it, nobody really uses it. And again, not many people are really dealing with dots nowadays, which is why it's really not used that much by the average player. Next up, we have this one here, the Lucky Candy Bar. So Lucky Candy Bar is very unique as the baseline gives you stun immunity, attack, and HP, a very versatile artifact. Honestly, really good if you're just starting a brand new account or you're very early game. Stun immunity is great for Aspen dungeon runs. It's great for some Sea Lands. It's great for Tower of Oblivion. So if you're really early game, it might not be the worst thing to grab. You'll come across a ton of enemies like Walters and such that stun and are really stopping points for your progress in the early game. When we do take a look at the upgraded version of it over here, it does get some additional abilities. Control of Destiny. When the battle starts, offset the first control effect received and grant immunity to it for the whole battle. So even if it's not stun or anything like that, the first one you get hit with, it'll nullify it. So just say you're coming against someone who petrifies, it nullifies that petrify and you can no longer be petrified the entire battle. When the hero is controlled, get Self Hand of Fate for 1 round. When a round ends, if the hero is controlled, that the Self Hand of Fate extends it for 1 round. So essentially increases all damage reduction by 30%. That can be decent. But again, we haven't really found a use for this Lucky Candy Bar on a lot of heroes. The all damage reduction is nice, but you have to kind of be facing, I believe, multiple different types. Because if you're not controlled, because you can't be controlled by one, it really comes in handy potentially. This could be useful when we're talking about the new Sea Lands, because there's so many different crowd control effects that can affect you in each one of the Sea Lands. It could have use, but should you really go for it? Probably not. Moving on to probably one of the best ones you could pick from this chest is the Kiss of Ghost. One of the best, like, pure offensive artifacts in the game if you don't have a Drake. If you don't have a Drake, one of the best. This one gives attack, HP, and armor break. So when you have this one leveled up all the way, even in the regular form, let me find the regular Kiss of Ghost real quick here. Where is it? Right here. So you're getting 100% armor break, a ton of attack, pretty much the highest attack you can get on artifact, and HP. The nice little bonus is once you upgrade it to glittery or higher, you get Bloody Plunder. When the hero releases active skills or basic attacks, so no passive abilities, you'll restore HP by 90% of the damage dealt. It's very low It doesn't count dots either. It's a much lower number at glittery, but this is the artifact you're going to use to get to Sealand 20 in quite a few Sealands. If you are running Abyss Sealand and you have a Delacium, you're going to want a glittery Kiss of Ghost. You don't need to bring it up to Splendid. It's kind of overkill. Glittery is just fine when it comes to Kiss of Ghost. It gives you enough healing to full heal every time you attack. The other one this is very useful on is if you're using an E5 Tix to push Sealand 20, not after Sealand 20, but to Sealand 20. This healing could be very, very significant. Now, I think overall, this could be even useful in light Sealand, pushing to Sealand 25. It's something I want to test out. The armor break is very strong, plus the fact that you can pretty much full heal every time you attack could be some insane survivability for your Asmodel the Dauntless. But if you're looking for some healing capability, it's very good. It's also good for Penny and Aspen dungeon runs and things like that. But of course, endgame PvE where you're using a fully decked out E5 Drake's armor break is gonna it basically makes this useless. You still get the attack, the HP, and the heal, but beyond that, you're not getting all that much. And then lastly, the last one we need to talk about is Antler's Cane. Antler's Cane is the best, like hands down, PvE pure boss damage artifact in the game. Even at just the 5-star, it's amazing. 70% precision. 30% of that converts into attack as well. So you're not only getting 25% attack, you're getting what, 21? You're getting an extra 21% attack from precision into attack. So this is like a 46% attack. A lot of people don't realize that. 30% of your precision will go to your attack as well. It's a pretty interesting stat. Plus, you're getting skill damage. And then when you do get it upgraded to Splendid, you should try to get one, I feel like, on every account. You're getting Blessing of the Wild. When a round ends, increase all damage dealt by 9%. So this is why we've been trying to use it in things like Abyss Sealand, Light Sealand, all those where you're going into a lot more rounds. This damage percentage really starts stacking up quickly. You're giving yourself tons of attack, tons of skill damage, which if you guys don't know, skill damage will affect dots and your active abilities. It'll increase your abilities by that percentage. It is very, very strong. So honestly, if you're really just looking for a nice, well-rounded artifact for a offensive PvE oriented account, Antler's Cane is probably your pick. Kiss of Ghost does have some niche capabilities that you can use it for. Candy Bar maybe has some uses that we haven't unlocked just yet, but we haven't seen anybody really doing well with it, so probably stay away. And then Wildfire Torch is kind of that bottom of the barrel. So stick to the left two over here. Figure out which one you will kind of benefit the most from, and you should be in a good spot. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Hopefully this was enough insight on which ones to go for. I'll see you guys next time.